The Dulce Base conspiracy, why it could very well be true. In the shadowy world of ufology and classified government programs, few accounts are as detailed, consistent, and disturbing as the story of Dulce Base. The recent Sci-Fi Mysteries video, the Dulce Base officer vanished with the reptilian files he stole, presents a compelling, hour-long case that deserves to be taken seriously rather than casually dismissed. Drawing from the alleged experiences of Thomas Castello, a security technician hired in 1977, the account describes a vast underground facility beneath Archuleta Mesa in New Mexico, where human and non-human forces collaborated on projects that pushed the boundaries of ethics and reality. Far from mere urban legend, the Dulce narrative aligns with broader patterns of government secrecy, whistleblower testimonies, and unexplained phenomena. When examined closely, multiple lines of circumstantial and corroborative evidence suggest that Thomas Castello's story and the existence of a secret reptilian-human alliance could indeed be true. The foundation of the case begins with Castello's credible entry point into the program. Recruited by the RAND Corporation as a senior security technician, he was granted progressively deeper access to a multi-level underground base. Upper levels 1 through 3 handled routine military and administrative functions, which matches the well-documented existence of vast underground facilities built during the Cold War for continuity of government and advanced research. But as the video details, levels 4 and 5 shifted into advanced genetic and biological experimentation. Level 6, the infamous Nightmare Hall, reportedly contained rows of cages holding living human-alien hybrids in varying stages of development. Many witnesses in related accounts describe these being communicating telepathically, pleading for release. On level 7, control reportedly transferred entirely to tall reptilian entities known in ufology as the Draco. These beings, according to Castello, operated under a long-standing treaty with factions of the US government, technology transfers in exchange for limited abductions and biological material. Such an arrangement, while shocking, fits historical precedents like the alleged 1954 Eisenhower-era meetings with extraterrestrials and the well-established pattern of backroom deals that bypass public oversight. What makes the account particularly believable is Castello's methodical response once he grasped the horror of what he was witnessing. Rather than panic, he risked his life over multiple visits to copy thousands of documents, photographs, and an 18-minute videotape, the so-called Dulce Papers. This material allegedly showed the genetic labs, hybrid containment, and reptilian oversight in graphic detail. His decision to smuggle the files out and attempt to go public in 1979 demonstrates the behavior of a principled insider, not a fabricator seeking attention. Shortly afterward, he vanished completely. The timing aligns precisely with reports of the 1979 Battle of Dulce, during which US Special Forces, including Delta Force, clashed with reptilian and gray alien security forces in the lower levels. Heavy human casualties reportedly occurred due to the aliens' superior technology and intimate knowledge of the base's layout. The complete absence of official records about Castello, no employment history, no death certificate, no family statements, does not disprove his existence. Rather, it supports the idea of an aggressive, effective cover-up by agencies skilled at erasing inconvenient personnel. Further credibility comes from independent corroboration by other whistleblowers. Most notably, Phil Schneider, a geologist and engineer who claimed direct involvement in underground base construction, described nearly identical events: reptilian encounters, horrific genetic experiments, and a deadly 1979 firefight at Dulce that left him with lasting injuries. Schneider went public in the mid-1990s and was found dead under suspicious circumstances in 1996. Another pattern seen with individuals who threaten to expose black projects. When multiple, unrelated sources, separated by years and professional backgrounds, describe the same multi-level facility, the same species of reptilian overseers, and the same treaty-based human rights violations, the probability that they are all simply copying a hoax drops significantly. The story also resonates with other well-known underground base claims: Area 51, Pine Gap, Mount Weather, and the broader wave of UAP disclosures in recent years, which have forced even skeptical governments to admit they cannot explain certain advanced aerial phenomena. Skeptics, including researcher Norio Hayakawa, point out the lack of hard physical proof and question whether Thomas Castello was ever real. Yet this objection actually strengthens the case for authenticity. In an era of compartmentalized special access programs and aggressive disinformation campaigns, as declassified documents from MKUltra and COINTELPRO demonstrate, the complete erasure of a whistleblower's footprint is exactly what one would expect from a successful containment operation. The endurance of the Dulce narrative for nearly 5 decades, its internal consistency across retellings, and its refusal to fade despite ridicule, all suggest it contains kernels of uncomfortable truth rather than pure fiction. Moreover, the technological implications, reverse-engineered alien propulsion, genetic engineering far beyond public science, and treaties that treat citizens as expendable resources explain why certain UAP craft exhibit performance characteristics that defy known human engineering. If the Dulce Base story is true, it reveals a shadow reality operating parallel to our public world, a place where ethical boundaries were erased in pursuit of power and technological supremacy. It forces us to reconsider official narratives about national security, extraterrestrial contact, and the true cost of progress. The lone security officer who chose conscience over complicity smuggled out the reptilian files and then disappeared into the very darkness he tried to expose, becomes a tragic archetype of what happens to those who threaten the veil. The Sci-Fi Mysteries video does more than entertain. It assembles the pieces of a puzzle that, when viewed without reflexive skepticism, forms a coherent and deeply unsettling picture. While absolute proof remains classified or suppressed, the convergence of testimony, historical context, and patterns of government behavior makes a powerful argument that the Dulce Base and Thomas Castello's stolen files represent not myth, but a hidden chapter of real history still waiting to be fully acknowledged. Until full disclosure occurs, the legend stands as one of the most plausible and chilling warnings we have about what may truly lie beneath the surface of our world.